Okay, now we go on to the demerits. What are the problems or the limitations with this periodic table? Let's see the limitations. The whole number atomic mass of cobalt and nickel is the same. I'll just push it here. Okay, that is 59. So if you go to see, if you see the actual atomic mass of what you call cobalt is 58.9 and nickel is 58.7. It is 58.9 and 58.7. Now 58.9, if you round it off, it becomes 59. Even nickel is 58.7. If you round it up, becomes 59. So the whole number atomic mass of both cobalt and nickel, if you take whole number wise, the atomic mass becomes the same. Okay, decimal wise it is different. Cobalt is 58.9, nickel is 58.7. But when you round it off, it becomes, what is that? It becomes 59. So there was an ambiguity regarding their sequence. But like there was a problem. How to keep it? Whom to keep first? Should I keep cobalt first or nickel first or whatever? Or nickel first and then cobalt first? There was ambiguity. There was a confusion regarding their sequence. At certain places, the elements of higher atomic mass were placed before elements of lower atomic mass. This is a problem. So by mistake, if you go to see, he at some places purposely he placed elements of higher atomic mass before the elements of lower atomic. Now see, I told you, remember that his his periodic table was arranged in the increasing order of the atomic masses. Yes or no? Yeah, but how can the atomic mass which is higher come before atomic mass which is lower? If you are putting in the increasing order, the lower atomic mass should come first and then the higher atomic mass, right? But here, sorry, the skin is coming out. Okay, so here the problem was this. So if you see cobalt 58.9 came before nickel 58.69. So cobalt came before nickel, which is wrong. Actually, nickel is 58.7, no, as I told you. So nickel should have been first and then should have been cobalt. But if you see the table, I'll just show you here. Can you see the table? Can you see cobalt is first 58.9 and then comes nickel 58.7. Okay. So actually what I told you, nickel should have come first and then should have come cobalt. So many places it did like this. Can you see here also? Tellurium and iodine. See, after 122 should have come 127 and then 128. So after antimony Sb, it should have been iodine and then tellurium. But he put 122, 128, 127. Here also osmium and iridium. Can you see after 180? See here also 184, 180. Is it in the increasing order? No. Everywhere it increasing order, no? 131, 133. Follow the spotlight. 133, 137, 139, 179, 181, 184. Again it is less. 180. 194. And then again 192. Oh no, iridium should have come here, osmium should have come here. But because they had, maybe because of they had similar chemical property, that's why he had to shuffle the elements, even though the atomic masses were not in the increasing order. Generally, he put all the elements in the increasing order, but at some places he put higher atomic mass element before the lower atomic. As I told you, which is the first example I give you: cobalt and nickel, tellurium and iodine, osmium and iridium, no, tungsten and rhenium, whatever. Okay, so if you can see, these are the problems. Let's see the next one. Okay, here also we can see thorium and palladium. No, 232 के बाद 231 आता है. कौन पहला आना चाहिए? After 227, who should have come first? 231, that is palladium, and then should have come thorium. So there are like this kind of problems are there. Okay, in this table. Sorry, I'm taking you back and forth because unless I show you the table, you'll not understand, dear boys. The next one, the rise in the atomic mass of elements is not uniform. That's why it was not possible to predict how many elements could be discovered between two heavy elements. So atomic, as you saw, they could not make out if there is some element which will be discovered between two elements? They were not very sure because the rise in the atomic mass is not uniform. The difference is not uniform. Okay, the rise means the difference in the atomic mass is not uniform. That's why if you go to see, I'll just show you for example. Let's see. Can you see here 1.01, 6.94? See, if you minus, come on. If you minus this, 6.9 minus 9.1. So how much is the difference? 2.1. 10 minus 10.8 minus 9.0. So how much it comes? 1.8. Here 12 minus 10.8 is 1.2. 14 minus 12 is 2. 16 minus 14 here, okay, is 2. 19 minus 16, 3. So if you see the difference between two consecutive elements is not the same. Can you see here? 24.3 minus 23 कितना होता है? 1.3. But 27.0 minus 24.3 कितना होता है? 2.7. So इधर 1.3 का फर्क है दो एलिमेंट्स के बीच में, इधर 2.7 का फर्क है. So what that, I hope you understood what I mean by the rise in the atomic mass is not the same. The difference between two consecutive elements is not the same. So it was not possible to predict how many elements will be discovered in the future between any two elements. So when now is the big problem. When isotopes were discovered, a challenge was posed while placing them in his table. When the isotopes were discovered, there was a problem because the isotopes could not be placed in the table. Why? Because isotopes, if you place them in the Mendele's periodic table, isotopes, what I told you, the isotopes are atoms of the same element, right? What are isotopes, boys? Atoms of the same element which have same atomic number but different atomic mass number. Same atomic number but different atomic mass number. Now, if they have a different atomic mass number, but they are atoms the same element, how can I put them in different table? How can I put them in different columns? So there was a problem whether to put them in the same slot because they are atoms of the same element, whether to put them in different slots because their atomic masses were different. So this problem was there. Okay. So there was a problem whether to put them in the same slot, same position, or different position. Like for example, isotopes of hydrogen. What are the isotopes of hydrogen? Hydrogen, deuterium, and tritium. You learned last, no, in the lower classes. So hydrogen, deuterium, and tritium, but they are all hydrogen only. Should I put them in the same table or different table? Okay. So next one. Hydrogen resembles alkali metals as well as halogens. So no fixed position could be given to hydrogen in the Mendele's periodic table. Now hydrogen, there's a big dilemma. We'll learn in detail about it. Whether it resembles alkali metals or it resembled alkali metals as well as halogens. So where to put him? Should we put him under alkali metals or should we put him in halogens? Alkali metals are in group 1. Halogens are in group 7. किधर डालने का भाई हाइड्रोजन को? ग्रुप 1 में डालने का अल्कली मेटल के साथ, क्या हैलोजेंस को ग्रुप 7 में डालने का? There was a big problem. So no fixed position could be given. That's why if you see Mendele's periodic table, hydrogen is put right at the top, totally separately. Okay. So then last one, elements placed in the same subgroup had different properties. By mistake, he put manganese. He placed it in the group of halogens. Okay, as you can see here, I'll just show you. I'll go backwards. Can you see manganese? Where is manganese? Look at the spotlight here. So manganese was placed in the group of halogens. Can you see halogens? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and here it is manganese in the same group number 7. How can manganese? Manganese is a metal. How can manganese be put in the group of halogens? That was totally wrong on his part. So this is one more limitation or demerit of Mendele's periodic table. I hope this is all clear.